Hey guys, welcome to another video on Bharat and Germany. My name is Bharat, and today I have Bharti with me from Portugal, and we are going to have a nice discussion about how it is to study, live, or work in these two countries, Germany and Portugal. So, Bharti, welcome to the channel. For the people who are new and are watching you the first time, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Sure, Bharat. First of all, Bharat, thank you for this collaboration. I'm really happy to be here, and I hope this video will be useful to many people. And my name is Bharti Ramchandani. I came to Portugal last year in November 2020 on a Portuguese language scholarship. Before coming to Portugal, I completed my master's in Portuguese literature and culture from Goa University. And back in 2019, I was in Italy on another scholarship to attend an advanced course in Italian language. Currently, I'm working as an Italian language expert in a multinational company based in Portugal. And since I came here, I started my YouTube channel. And I was always fascinated to learn new languages and adapt to different culture. But I never thought in my wildest dream that I would be going to Europe and living in Portugal. And you might be thinking why I choose Portuguese over other languages. So I want to say this: the relation between Portugal and India goes back centuries, and we introduced mangoes, coconut to this country, and Portugal and the rest of Europe. Portuguese brought us many things like chilies, potatoes from all over the world, and these ingredients were never present of our cuisine. So I was not all aware about this. And a matter of fact is that knowingly or unknowingly, we have Portuguese vocabulary in our Indian languages, and it might come as a shock or surprise. Uh, if you allow me, can I ask you a few things
Sure.
quickly?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me how do you say doubt in Hindi?
Shak? नहीं, सवाल.
It's not a test, just uh,
Sawal, shak? This
doubt.
is something I was
Yeah,
completely
shuck can be
unprepared
shuck.
for.
Yes,
Okay.
no, no, shuck can be, but we also say duvida.
Mm.
No, so in Portuguese it's same. They say duvida,
Mm.
and how we say keys in Hindi.
Chabi?
Chabi. So in Portuguese they say chave. And how do we say a towel in Hindi? It's toalha.
Tolya. Yeah.
So yes, in Portuguese they say toalha,
Mm-hmm.
and tea is chai. We take a lot chai.
Mm-hmm.
So in Portuguese they say chá.
Mm-hmm.
So this connection shared between these two countries has amazed me, surprised me. Uh, And yes, there is a huge amount of Indian literature in Indo-Portuguese literature
Mm-hmm.
written by Goans and many Indians from Goa. So this gives a vast scope for translation and research,
Mm-hmm.
and probably this lead to me learn the language and understand the culture.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool. So like what was the moment when you decided, okay, like now I'm in Europe, and like maybe you were like not, you told me like you were not like really thinking about it that you would actually move to Europe, but now you're here. Like what was the moment when you said, okay, like I think it is important, let me start my YouTube channel and let me start making videos about it? What inspired you?
Actually, it was never my plan. As I said, I just go in the flow like a
Mm-hmm.
I never watched YouTube before 2017, but I started watching YouTubes. I watched like vlogs and these things, and I'm very fond of travel, so that was my plan so that I can share my
Mm-hmm.
travel experience on my channel. But now as I'm here, I want to share more my experience, and when I put videos on YouTube, then I get so many questions regarding study, visa, everything. So I think this is my responsibility now to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool mindset. Yes, I think like anytime you want to like share something or like add value to other people, I think YouTube is such a nice platform to do it. Like it's
Yeah.
first of all, like it's free to use. Like if you want to do video editing, like you can learn it actually. It's like not a crazy skill that like you have to like spend years into. Like you can start with like the basic editing like pretty quickly, and you make memories for yourself. So
Yes.
anytime like down the lane, you can like take a look at the videos and like, oh, interesting, like that was not a bad time.
Yeah, and I prefer in making videos in Hindi so that Indian people can see more. And then to reach more people, I add whatever language I know. So English, Italian, Portuguese. So I put subtitles on it so it can reach more people.
That's very nice. Perfect. So I mean, I definitely learned a lot of things with the like words and stuff. I was like not expecting that at all. Thank you for the surprise. Now, so Bharti, can you tell me also a bit about the education system in Portugal? So like, how are the universities like? Are they also tuition fee free like Germany, or what is the tuition fee otherwise? Anything you can tell me there?
Yeah, sure. Bharat, study in Portugal, it's not free as in
Mm-hmm.
Germany. The only free study program in Portugal is the school program.
Mm-hmm.
So education is free and compulsory in Portugal until 18 years of age in public and private both schools. And there is no free education, as I said, for higher studies, like you have in Germany, in Norway, in Iceland, unless you have a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And PhD scholarship are often provided by the Portuguese government to international and foreign students. Um, and if I say the fees in Portugal for higher studies could be very low
Mm-hmm.
compared to many other European countries. And it also depend which countries you have applied,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry, which university you applied and which course you have taken.
Mm-hmm.
So in comparison to other European countries, the cost of living is very cheap. And yeah, generally public universities are cheaper compared to private universities, as we have everywhere, even in India. And so there are two types of universities, public and private, and there is a subsystem of higher education called polytechnic, where they provide a more practical training and programs like management, technology, art, sports. And the normal university system, they have more theoretical basis like law or architecture or economics, and it is highly research oriented. I can tell you about the fee what you pay in public university. It's called propinas, and the average fee in public university is around 950 euro to 1250 per year, and in private universities is around 4000 euro per year.
Mm-hmm.
And they charge annual fee, but one can choose to pay in installments. I know few students, they are also paying a monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on university and program.
Mm-hmm.
The medium of language can be Portuguese, mostly in Portuguese, but there are several courses in English too.
Mm-hmm.
So recommended is I will recommend to have CGP score in IELTS at least 6,
Mm-hmm.
or some universities may ask for 7,
Mm-hmm.
and IELTS and TOEFL both are accepted.
Okay, that's pretty nice. Yeah, because I think like this was something that I was also curious about. Like, so whenever I do a cost of living comparison, like I always like use this website called Numbeo, and like Lisbon is the only city that has lower prices so far, like than Berlin, because so Norway, the capital of Norway had more, capital of Netherlands had more. Like most of the capital that we have seen so far, Sweden too, they have generally higher prices, higher rent, higher restaurant prices, higher grocery prices. But like Portugal is like pretty much the first one on the list, which has like lower prices there. And
Mhm.
also I personally think like the tuition fee, then it's like not really that high if you're thinking about like even 4,000 euros per year or something for public universities, I think like that is still like manageable.
Yeah.
um that's good, perfect. And can you tell us also a bit more about the job opportunities, Bharti?
Job opportunities, the job market in Portugal, as a general rule, there will be obviously more jobs available in professional services for Portuguese speakers. And this goes for like architects, accountant, engineers, doctors, and lawyers. But some of the most in demand jobs for foreigners in Portugal are web developers and customer support, interpreters, translators, and there are a lot of companies looking for people who speak German, French, Spanish, or Italian, for example. It is a definite plus here in Portugal if you can speak two languages, and you will be agree on that.
Mm,
So, yeah,
absolutely.
and Portugal is a world leader in generating energy from wind and has target of 80% renewable energy by 2030 and a carbon neutral economy by 2050. So there are good opportunities for those into renewable energy. And one area in professional services, this is open to everyone, is IT and software on top.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
yeah.
and there is a huge amount of job available to developers in Lisbon at present. Lisbon is also like a startup hub now, like since few years. So has grown many number of jobs, and I can tell you about the national minimum wage in Portugal is 707.5
Hmm.
euros per month.
Hmm.
Yeah, and yes, but the Portugal is the most affordable countries as we already discussed this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Food and
absolutely.
stay is cheaper.
You're right. I mean, like, I was also, so when we were thinking about like moving away from Germany, like, to like set up our businesses and stuff, we were like always taking a look at a lot of countries. Portugal was like definitely in our list, but like then again, like I think we found like some better countries, like according to like taxes and stuff, and like it worked out better. So like Romania has like pretty nice tax system there, so that's not
Mhm.
bad. Then Germany, like the minimum wage in Germany is around, so it will be from 1st July onwards, 10 euros per hour. So if you're working like full time, you would have like 1,600 euros per month of like salary that you could be earning. And of course, like then the taxes and everything get cut, so like it's different. So Germany also is the largest economy in Europe, so you generally have a lot of like job opportunities in those regards. Also in the same fields like IT and stuff, it's in heavy demand. Especially like I think this is something that we can even like generalize so far for Europe, that they do need people who are in IT, who are like really talented and who can like add some value to the company. So I think like that is pretty much a given. So like if you're into IT and stuff, it's easy, but like as any other European country, it's better to know the local language and be proficient in that,
Yep,
and also
definitely,
English. Yeah, perfect.
definitely.
That is also good. Now, can you also tell me a bit about the process of permanent residency and citizenship?
Uh, yes, it is comparatively easy to get PR in Portugal. This I know recently because when I put my videos, so people ask me and tell me so many information. So I did some research on this. So if you registered in staff, immigration office have you can get a temporary residence, and permanent residence you can get in 5 years. Previously, 6 years of legal residence were needed,
Mm-hmm.
but the new law reduced the requirement and now it's 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be in Portugal territory for 6 months or 8 months. Yeah, per year in a year,
Mm-hmm.
and so usually granted. First time they grant for 1 year, the TRC, and then you can renew every time you renew. It will be for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a requirement to have sufficient knowledge of the Portuguese language. A basic A2 level language test is required.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as Goa in India was a Portuguese territory, so Goa and Daman Diu. So they are the exception to people from Goa, Daman, Diu, Dadar and Nagar Haveli.
Hmm.
So they can claim a citizenship directly without residing in Portugal through their parents or grandparents. If I'm not wrong, it was 1961 till they were here. So before that, people born can apply for directly citizenship here.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Mhm.
Um, and so like for the citizenship, you said like, do we have some language requirements there, like, or like is it like a B2 or something?
Yes, I said A2
A2.
Portuguese. Yeah, A2 level
Okay.
is like minimum you
Okay.
should
Okay.
have.
Yeah, that's nice. So like in Germany, we have also a very interesting system. So if you're thinking about taking up a permanent residency in Germany, you generally have to stay for 4 years and pay your taxes like for those 4 years. Or otherwise, you can come as a student. When you come as a student, you just have to study. You study for 2 years, most probably your master's. Then you work full time for 2 years. And then afterwards, you can directly get a permanent residency. So, like, that's pretty simple. Otherwise, if you have a higher salary, let's say above 58,000 euros, which is the blue card limit, then you can also get the permanent residency just in 21 months. So that's
Mhm.
also pretty nice. But there we have an additional requirement, and that is you need to know B1 level of German. Now, for citizenship, things like kind of become a bit longer. So you have 8 years of total residency that you need to show in Germany. And you also need to have a permanent residency, of course, like before that. So essentially, after you get your permanent residency, you need 4 more years to get your citizenship. And like once you have that, then moving around in Europe becomes very, very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Schengen visa, so you can go in every countries in Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's very nice. I mean, I know right now we when we cross borders very frequently, so we have the card number from Romania now, and like of course we are going to Germany, we're going to Denmark, then sometimes you're going like further to like Sweden, Norway, and so on. So the problem comes that every single time they stop you on the border because it's a Romanian number plate, and like so Romanian number plates generally is like why are these people like so far away from the country, and like then they stop, they check, but then afterwards once you show them your German passports, like they just like let us go like super quick. It just happened today. We were coming from Germany to Denmark. They stopped us and they were like asking, we're like, yeah, where are you guys coming from and blah blah, and then and can you show us your passport? So we didn't even like show them the photograph page and stuff. We just put out the passports and we're like, okay, you guys can go. So I see that all the time, that actually if you're having a European passport, just like moving around within Europe becomes so much easier. Of course, once you have the permanent residency or like normal residence permit too, like within the Schengen area, you can move around without any kind of problems. But
Mhm.
like with the Indian passport, like you still have like more checks that you have to go through. Once you like change your passport, like that becomes so much simpler. So can you also tell me a bit, Bharti, about the lifestyle in Portugal and your own personal experiences?
Sure. Look, Bharat, I'm really glad that you asked me this question as I have my master's in Portuguese literature and culture. So I know very well the history and culture. So with my personal experience, I'm really certain to have a conclusion that Portugal is one of the most welcoming, humble, and warm country. So you don't essentially feel like an outsider once you get into the Portuguese culture. uh, for an Indian who doesn't know Portuguese language, does not feel like alien. So because most of the Portuguese can speak English. Like if you turn on radio, you will listen English songs. If you go to cinema, you will watch English movies with Portuguese subtitle, but they don't dub. So yeah, and when I go to see the trending videos, mostly in YouTube, it's like in English. And the lifestyle in Portugal is probably like any other European countries or cities. But from my perspective, from an Indian perspective, I can say that it's closest to Goan culture, and it's not exactly similar, but I can see the uh, because I was there for 2 years, so I see the but then the Goa is a blend of Eastern and Western cultures. But
Mhm.
yeah, there's many similarities, and the Indian influence on Portugal is some of the food items like samosa. And initially, as I started with the some vocabulary. So in Portugal, they call samosas, and this is a Portuguese cuisine, and exactly similar as we have in India.
Hmm.
So yes, and there are people of Indian origin in Portugal, especially some of the ministers. If you know, the present Prime Minister of Portugal, Antonio Costa, is of Indian origin.
Hmm.
And yeah, if I talk about my experience, I came in November 2020 under lockdown, but still, it was very calm, very the country is very welcoming, very peaceful. People are friendly. If like once you will see the people are shy, but when you start talking to them, if you take the initiative, they are very cool. And yes, my overall experience has been great. And I studied here, I lived here, I made some good local friends. I traveled from south to north. So saw some good mountain ranges, beautiful beaches you can see in my videos. And apparently I got whatever I wanted, like this YouTube collaboration. So so thank you Bharat for giving me this platform. I never thought about this. Cannot imagine how it's going. And yeah, I could express myself and my experience in Portugal. So I'm very thankful to you. And say in Portuguese, obrigada, thank you, and danke schön, Bharat.
That's so
And
cool that you also like pull that one inside. Man, you're a proper like language enthusiast. That's very interesting. Nice.
I just want to add the last thing.
Hmm?
Um, Mostly people, mostly tourists come to Europe, visit Germany, Italy, Austria, Switzerland. But I want to say to viewers, to your viewers in lakhs, I would recommend people to simply experience Portugal. It's totally worth it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I think I don't hear a lot of nice things from Alina. Like, when Alina like she praises something, like it's very far and few between. But for example, she went to Portugal and she said like I absolutely love the place, like so many castles, and like the weather is very nice, and it was just a very nice experience for her. So like it has been in our list forever, like right now, that like we will have to go there and visit it for sure. And of course, like now we also like found your channel, so like we will also be like keeping an eye out on what kind of videos you're uploading there. For all of the viewers who are watching this video, if you're looking for any kind of like more lifestyle related videos or any other educational videos and so on, take a look at Bharti's channel. I'm going to put the link for that in the description below. And don't forget to check out the part 2 that we are going to make on her channel about studying in Germany, business and so on, so that you can also get more information there. The video there we will be making in Hindi, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you in the video there.